Howdy, folks. Today we're playing Chandra Grixis Mind Splice in March the Machine Standard. This deck built around new Chandra, Hope's Beacon, and Mind Splice Apparatus, which is a card that's been around for a while. So Chandra, Hope's Beacon, if you haven't seen it before, 6-mana Planeswalker that when you cast your first instant or sorcery spell, you copy it. You get to choose new targets for the copy. And, well, the whole deck is basically instants and sorcery spells, so that's pretty good in this deck. It's +2, can add 2 mana to any combination of colors. That way, when you play it for 6 mana, you can +2, and we have a whole host of spells, Augury, Go for the Throat, Abrade, that you can cast for 2 mana, which is pretty cool. It has a +1 that searches for instants and sorcery spells, which, you know, goes well with the static ability that lets you copy it. And it's also just a removal spell. 6 mana, you can deal X damage to each up to target 2 targets, which is pretty cool as well. And the rest of the deck, lots of instants and sorceries. Syncopate, Experimental Augury works well with your Chandra Hope's Beacon and your Mind Splice Apparatus as far as the proliferate go. Go for the Throat, Abrade, needs some necessary removal. These are the removal spells I'm packing for now. Brotherhood's End helps sweep the board a little bit, along with some Burn Down the House, Small Sweeper, Big Sweeper action. Galvanic Iteration can help copy these spells. So if your opponent has a really big board, you can Galvanic Iteration and Brotherhood's End, Galvanic Iteration, Go for the Throat, Galvanic Iteration, Invoke Despair. Things like that. Silver Scrutiny, just a way to draw a bunch of cards with the Mind Splice Apparatus, dump all that mana in there. Big Score is really cheap with the Mind Splice Apparatus out. Gets to be pretty good and also just ramps you a little bit for future turns. Pretty cool in this deck. Also, really good copy with Galvanic Iteration. Invoke Despair, classic, you know, Grixis card, you know, basically the strongest instant or sorcery spell in Standard. Doesn't get that much of a buff from Mind Splice Apparatus, but still pretty good overall. And Burn Down the House is a nice little wrath. And the one card I've kind of just skimmed over so far and leads to us having a sideboard is Invasion of Arcavios, which is another pretty cool card I like from the set. And I've been thinking about ways to put it into a deck. And I think this is probably the deck I would slot it into. So it's a 5-mana battle. When it enters the battlefield, search your library, graveyard, and or outside the game for an instant and sorcery you own, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So, you know, if the time calls for an Invoke Despair, we go and grab that. Silver Scrutiny, draw a bunch of cards, we grab that. Braid, Galvanic Iteration, whatever it is, we can call for it. Or you can search outside the game, which in our Magic Arena means your sideboard. We have 7 of those cards. And I just tried to pick cards that would be the best for every sort of specific situation. So if we need to wrath the board, we have Path of Peril. There's not really a hard wrath in black, so dipped into white, but you can cast this with the Chandra plus or with the Big Score token. So I think there's enough in the deck to cast the white version. You don't want 2 white pips, which is why I avoided Farewell or any of the more traditional white wraths. Didn't want to have to pay white twice, but I think you can do it once pretty reasonably. Alchemist Gambit just lets you take the turn, take over the game that way. You can cast it for blue, red if you have Mind Splice Apparatus out, and you can really go off doing that. Here's Ward Crafting if you just really need to kill 1 creature right now, give you a little bit of value. That's sort of the idea there. Sea Double's kind of just a fun card. You can, you know, by the time you're doing Invasion and getting the CW, you're probably getting both of these. So you can copy a spell and copy a creature. I think it's pretty cool. Breach the Multiverse, just an insane value card. Everybody mills 10. Then you get a creature or planeswalker in the graveyard. Put those onto the battlefield. They become Phyrexians. Light Up the Night is a way to just kill your opponent. You know, if you have a Mind Splice Apparatus or 2 that's been ticking for a long time, and you get to Arcavios and your opponent's at like 25 or something still, well, Light Up the Night can go a long way to just doming them. So that's the intent there. And Blue Sun's Twilight is to just steal a big creature. If you have 1 big problematic creature on the other side of the battlefield, a la Atraxa or something like that, go get it. Go get the creature, make it yours, end the game that way. Pretty cool stuff. I'm very excited about this deck. I really like the Invasion of Arcavios angle here, and I think Chandra with a bunch of these 2 mana spells is gonna hopefully make this deck look pretty good. So I'm hyping it up. So hopefully the hype, you know, is I'm not gonna sell the deck too highly, and we actually do some winning in the ladder. But let's go there, check it out. All right, we're going first. I like the look of this. I need this Augury to help us find some more lands, but that's typical. We have 26 of them in the deck. We're on Grixis. Our opponent's on Braids of Rouge Thickets. Pass the turn. Green-white. Like green-white enchantments of some variety. Okay. Definitely need the Black Leaves Cliffs. The Horde Zen's not bad. That's a turn. Fine for next turn if they just say, like, play Jukai Naturalist and another companion. I feel like they would have played the Naturalist this turn, though. Last turn, I mean. Could just be mono white splash green for something. What would you splash green for? Alright, no, it does seem to be a more dedicated enchantment deck. Could counter this. I think our counter is going to be more valuable down the road. You're getting in there for one, that's fine. Go our turn. Hopefully it'll land. Perfect. Fast the turn. Yep. That's all fine with us. What else they play out here? Gotta think we have some counters available to us. Hollowed Haunting. Yeah, that's one we do really want to counter. We'd really like to cast this big score, but I think that's one we have to counter. I think I'm gonna kill this now, take less damage. I think we'll probably win this long game. We just gotta get there now. Alright, gotta find a land drop, doing this now. Pass the turn. Next turn we can plan to Brotherhood's End and then end of turn Apparatus. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And big Silver Scrutiny. Yep, that's fine as long as we don't get anything above 3 power. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Yep, coming in. Go to my turn. Alright. Gonna be removing all of these creatures. And mind splicing. And then drawing a bunch of cards to hopefully combat whatever they can do with this Hollowed Haunting. Yeah, that's a mana spent on not casting an enchantment. Should find them an enchantment, though. They reveal a land, we're happy. Yep, Jukai Naturalists. Makes them their stuff cheaper. Are they willing to play another creature? Alright. Get this apparatus rolling. So I can do this for 5 and keep a mana open. So let's go for the throats. A solid draw. Now if they have to kill our apparatus with a spell, it probably takes them off curve for whatever they're trying to do. Tilda, okay. Another spirit. Not an enchantment, though. Yep, that's fine. Alright. Go to my turn. Another oil counter. If they want to cast this Burn Down the House before the Chandra. Let's go ahead and do that now. Get rid of all that. And Carved Coast. And now we have an iteration plus go for the throat up. They want to put the Catilda on anything. Build some good cards there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll have 9 mana, so we'll still be able to do all this next turn. Okay. Fine, it's going on my turn then. Put a oil counter there. And for Chandra.
talking.
Plus the
Let's do
Chandra.
this. You'll never guess what I do next.
Okay, those are pretty good. Those are pretty good. We could Brotherhood's End, but honestly, I think we'd really trying to just invoke them, get rid of some enchantments if we can. They want to cast a Catilda. We're going to go ahead and Galvanic Iteration and go for the throat. Deny the Catilda. Another Hollowed Haunting. Probably going to be the play. Ossification. Yeah, that's pretty good. After Chandra. I think in response, we'll Galvanic Iteration, copy it twice.
It's gonna get scorching hot.
Play this Go for the Throat. Just kill a bunch of these creatures.
I'll find
And now we have Galvanic Iteration and Invoke Despair for next turn. Should be able to get rid of one meaningful enchantment. This Teachings isn't really that meaningful, but everything else is. Alright, copy, Invoke Despair a couple times. Teaching has gone bye-bye the first time. I guess they're going to lose the Hollowed Haunting because they have another one anyway. And wow, we are drawing every land available to us. That is crazy. Okay. Tough to be in the spot where you have just literally all lands in hand. Yeah, I have to let that go. Companion. Yep, that's a good follow-up. Alright, we're kind of in trouble here. More so than you would think from the dominant turns we've had. That's fine, but it's not where we're exactly trying to be. Now I can go for the throat and then Invoke Despair. So then again, I get to make our opponent make a tough choice on which enchantment they want to give up. Probably this Hollowed Haunting again. Doesn't want to give us the Chandra, I imagine. So if I play this, I can cycle both of these. So we'll go ahead and do that end of turn. And with spirits, that's fine. Definitely a weird game where we just have not hit exactly what we're looking for. Generous Visitor. Yep, and then they're going to resolve the Restoration. Don't think there's really a chance we'd want to counter either of these spells, but I guess it doesn't hurt to cycle once in response. Okay. All right, cycle here. Big score. I'll take a big score. 2 big scores. Okay, well, 1 mana big score is not bad. Get rid of this Dark Slick Shores. Wow. Get rid of this Dark Slick Shores. What is going on? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16... 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. There's only 5 more lands in our deck. Okay. Pass the turn. And get back a Jukai Naturalist. That's what they're feeling. And yeah, I think I have to counter this. Let's do it for like 10 or something like that. All right, let's draw something relevant. This is wild. So we have another burn down the house in the deck. And I think we're gonna need to draw it this turn. I think we're at big scores. That has 2 big scores, 3 big scores. We have another big score in the deck. I mean, hey. We got all the mana we can have anyway. Alright, so what do we have left in the deck? 4 lands, Syncopate, Iteration, Upbraid, Go for the Throats, there's Scrutiny, Experimental Augury, Chandra, Burn Down the House. Got some good hits. Haven't been able to find them, though. Yep, coming in. Fitting end. The fitting end to this game. GG's. Wow. Alrighty. Opponent's going first. I can't keep this, though. Oh, there's all those lands. I'll put a Shipwreck Marsh to the bottom. You know we have no problem drawing lands. Last game didn't hit any of them, so... Or, sorry, rather, last games we hit all of them. Didn't hit anything but lands. Get our opponents up to. If they're a good Brotherhood and opponents or not. Hello. Oh, there we go. Propulsion Forest. We're leading this Haunted Ridge. That way turn 2 and 2/3 mana can be untapped. Alright, green red. The Bloodthirsty Adversary? No. It's probably a Chaotic Transformation deck. I don't really think you play that card outside of that, so if that's the case, we're just going to go ahead and remove the ramp creature. Pass the turn. So they're looking to do turn 4 big score. Didn't have it here. They're looking to big score and then a Chaotic Transformation. Question for us, do we want to counter the big score? So they need artifacts on the field, get some like a Portal to Phyrexia. Yeah, they did discard a Chaotic Transformation. I do think, honestly, we are going to counter this. Set them back. Prevent the artifacts from entering the battlefield. Pass the turn. Big question is, do they have another big score or not? Careful Cultivation, okay. We're fine with that. I think we'll kill this here. Yep. Bye-bye. Land is solid. I think we're gonna get pressure going here. Not ideal, but we have to do. See if they just big score here. Okay, Volcanic Spite, that's fine. Using a removal spell on a 1/1 here. Copperline Gorge. Right, attack with both. I think I want to cycle this Xander's Lounge. Especially if they have another Careful Cultivation there, instant speed way to make a creature. Sure. And they're not putting cards from their hand to the bottom of their library. Okay, that's fine. Fine, you want to kill them all? You can kill them all. Cycle this. Hopefully it's something good here eventually. Syncopate. That's solid. Alright, big score and Syncopate. I like what we got going on now. If they try to resolve a Brotherhood's End. Luca. Another way to get creatures on the battlefield. Cast this for 5. Problem is, one Brotherhood's End is not going to get rid of all the tokens, so I guess we are countering this. Unfortunately. Another big score. Okay, pass the turn. Maybe I should have cast big score first. Get rid of one of these Brotherhood's Ends. Over scrutiny, okay. Pass the turn. Atali. We have one more Syncopate in the deck. I guess we go try to find it. Did not find it. Okay. They got a Mind Splice apparatus and some Brotherhood's Ends. Okay. And get rid of my artifacts. I think in the meantime I'll just kill this Atali. I gotta imagine they have another Atali coming in. We have Chandra here. Chandra right now, what does that do for us? Not a whole lot. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna pass. Get this Mind Splice down. Want our opponent to fear casting another one of these. Don't have any fear in them though. Alright. Let's card this Brotherhood's Ends. Okay, can't do anything about this. See what they hit. Invoke Despair, yikes. And Careful Cultivation. Invoke Despair is going to be good. Beta lands. Apparatus time. Go for the throat. That's solid. Go ahead and kill this now. Now they have Chaotic Transformation in hand, makes that a lot worse.
Well, someone had to save the day. No
Big
plan?
score into Augury for next turn. Might want to cycle a Xander's Lounge down the road. They have Beseiju. Hopefully they don't have anything. Oh, another Atali. Wow. Okay. Opponent has found them all. They found a Chaotic Transformation too. They can cycle this to get a Portal to Phyrexia probably. Imagine that's the artifact in their deck. You're gonna get a couple of Atali triggers potentially. They have 2 in the yard though, so I don't know how many they have anymore in the deck. So the second trigger might not be that good. To get them more portals. Which is good because they can keep getting back the Atalis. The portals. Okay. Alright, what can we do here? We can big score and copy it. We plus the Chandra. Guess we're gonna start with plussing Chandra. See what we hit. Invoke Despair.
Think on your feet.
Now we can Galvanic Iteration and Invoke Despair. Copy it a few times.
I'm ending this fight.
And it should be lethal here. It should be exactly 12. Well, actually, it'll be more than 12. All right. Found a way to do it. I'll take it. Invoke Despair, great hit there. I think copying or plussing the Chandra was the move because we had a lot of them still left in the deck. And we beat the Atali deck with a lot of Atalis resolved. I'll take it. GG's. Oh yeah, I had fun. I had fun. Alrighty, opponent's going first. No blue mana, but solid interactive hand here with the Abrade and the Brotherhood's End. Against a Volsibur that we do want to have an interactive hand against. Harvester, okay. That's a turn. We'll see if we want to Abrade or not. Feeling no on the Abrade, though. Just sweep this up with the Brotherhood's End next turn. Yep. Sweep all this out of here. Alright, opponent, your go. We have Galvanic Iteration and Abrade to hit 2 more creatures if that's what's going on. Alright. Sometimes it's enough. GG's. Alrighty, going first here. I'll keep this. Missing second red, but I think we'll get there eventually. Dark 6 shores from our opponents. Alrighty, pass the turn. Interesting. Dark 6 shores into island. Yeah, I think I'll get second red down right now. Just a prologue freeze. Okay, so they're poison counter deck. Probably have some ways to counter things. Pass the turn. Alright, we'll try to resolve a big score in the meantime. We did, okay. They're gonna proliferate us for 1. They're gonna pass, that's fine. We're gonna pass as well, try to resolve this Mind Splice. Nothing. Okay. Nothing is very interesting. Other land. Odawaras. Probably don't have other lands to play in their hand. Really all action. They have a Varaska they're trying to resolve. I think we're getting something countered here. But at least this way we have the ability to pay. Since we only have the 2 infect poison counters on right now, and that resolves. Okay. That's pretty good protection. I think I'm just gonna wait. One's gonna just not use their mana again. Fine with that. They care about the Void Ring. Void Wing. Alright, another oil counter. Alright, Augury is pretty free for us, so we'll just go ahead and use this now. Syncopate. Gonna be really good. I think I just have to take that. Submit there. And try to invoke. Just play this burn down the house for 3 devils. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do actually. Don't hate that. Doubt they want to block. I think they have a long way before they have to think about their life total. So I think they're probably fine to just do their thing here. Their next mode of action is probably to get a 3rd poison counter onto us. Which I think they'll probably be able to do with this Void Wing. I don't think it's worth us playing this Invoke Despair into easy counter mana. Although obviously we could counter back, but I think we really want to counter Vraska. I think that's... How do we lose this game? I think it's through a Vraska. And that's... They just... feel like they're too far behind. Okay. GG's. Alright. Going first. No red mana, but... have the ability to... I do want to lead on the Shipwreck Marsh. I can't do anything anyway. You can tap one out of the way, just in case we drew... something that would make us want to have a lot of black open early. Don't really know what that could be, but fine. Alright, we're gonna want to hit lands now. We're good with hitting non-lands. It's just a control v control matchup. Agent of New Phyrexia. 0. And pass. Interesting. Sure. I don't really care about those. We've hit our lands beautifully, but unfortunately, cannot cast this Invoke Despair at this mana. We have a completely reactionary hand. Opponent's gonna have to discard. Pass a turn. Alright, they found a land. Good for them. Problem is, this is still a game because we have not been able to punish our opponent's draw at all. Yeah, I guess we're gonna invoke. And I don't think this Abraid's gonna be good. That iteration is fine to discard. Decklist Shore's a tapped land. And same with the Xander's Lounge. They just have all of the... This is just a battle invasion deck. I have no clue what's going on over there. But we're just gonna keep hitting them with Invoke Despairs, because that's what we do. Guard this Black Leaves Cliffs. Have another Invoke on the table next turn. Feel bad for my opponent and their unfortunate draw so far. I can't quite copy the Invoke Despair, so I will pass, I think. Try to get the big score going. They discarded. Yeah, I don't know why our opponent's sticking into this game. I don't know what's making them feel like they still have a chance here, but I usually cut games like this, but I might leave it in. Just our opponents just resolve to stay in the game for no real discernible reason. I don't know. GG's. Alrighty, we're going first. Yeah, that's fine hand. I can lead on the ridge and then turn 2 island so that I have all my colors up on turn 2. Most notably to cast this experimental augury. When it has mulligan, if the Chandra, the cards, sleeves there, so maybe big red deck? We have Chandra in our deck, but our sleeves are not so decked out. Alright. Pass a turn. So is this just black-red, or we got Grixis over there? Mountain. Leads me to believe more so black-red. The Invoke. Though it'll be a long time before we can cast it, but fine. Pass a turn. Okay, it does look like black-red. The mountain is making me really think it's not Grixis. 3 mana, Elf Noble. Sacrifice another creature or artifact, deals X damage to target opponent or battle, and you gain X life. Okay, what's the backside? Pretty good, okay. Take a Mind Splice. Pass a turn. Gonna attack. That means they're not gonna play another creature, probably. Okay. Alright, let's hope for no Braid here. Braid's not a card that many people are playing. Oh, looks like they have one, though. No, they don't. Okay. Nice, nice. I'm just gonna pass again. Try to resolve another apparatus. Then the experimental augury will be plus mana. And I'll be in business. Alright, apparatus time. I know, like, it may look like we're both mana screwed, but the big difference is we're getting a lot of mana from this apparatus, and they're not gonna get any. I want black lands. Sure. With those. And yeah, I'll just pass and then Galvanic Iteration this big score at the end of turn. Pretty good combo there. Yeah, unfortunately we didn't get to see our opponent's deck do what they wanted to do. It's another game I might leave in there just to show that people are trying to cast Ayara, I guess? I don't know. GG's. Alright, opponent going first. I'll keep this. Chrome Coast, that's fine. We'll lead with the Anders Lounge. Need to find some lands. Our Commando. Interesting. The White Flash. Alright, cast this in response. Hopefully hit a land. Yep. I think I want another red. Flip this invasion. That's the ideal curve. Maybe we should have killed the Cathar in response. We really needed to hit lands, though. I didn't want them to pop that invasion at some point. Yeah, if we were on the play, I think we'd be in command of the game already. Just if we had hit the lands. But the fact that they're on the play and this Cathar Commando gets to take whatever, or gets to flip the invasion, or they take whatever with it. Burn down the house, that's fine. Do this with our removal spells. Pass the turn. We want them to have to pop this light shield array. Kills Cathar Commando in response. Okay, yep. That's fine. Oh, that's out of the way. No Harbins. This is just a soldier's deck that had a really weird draw that's going to pay off, I think, for them. Okay, pass the turn. See what else they have going on. Well, that's fine. Siege Veteran is not ideal. I think we'll move to counter that. Alright, the question is, do we want to kill this Harbin, the Valiant Veteran, the Cathar Commando? Probably just the Cathar Commando, which represents the most damage. We'll just invoke. Hopefully hit some lands. Yep. Kill his Harbin. Now we have the Chandra available for next turn. Or the burn down the house with this islands. Guystrick Officer, sure. Not a soldier though. Alright, burn down the house time. Ralph can't protect anything. That's fine. Non-veteran in the yard. On the land. Valiant Veteran there. Chandra. I think we gotta kill it.
Well, someone had to save the day.
Next turn, at least, we can copy the big score with the Chandra, even if we have to minus it to kill whatever they play again. This big score will be mana neutral, and there we go. GG's. Definitely took a while to overcome there, but we got it. All right, let's hit the wrap up. Alrighty, and we're back here with Chandra, Grixis, Mind Splice in March of Machine Standard, and I think the deck idea is really good. I like the idea. I like the invasion of Arcavios, being able to find anything in the board there. I really like the idea here. There's a couple things I don't like. First thing is that Stormcarved Coast cannot cast your you invoke despair. So I think I would try to find a replacement here for Stormcarved Coast. And the second thing is that you really do just lose to a bunch of aggro. So if there's any other way to find another room for more copies of the Brotherhood's End, whether that be remove a Syncopate, which I do think is good, but or what you do remove for that. I think finding rooms for more Brotherhood's End could help you survive in the early game later into the end game where you should be a pretty heavy favorite. But other than those few changes, I do really like the deck. I'm interested to see what you guys in the comments will say about potential changes I could make to the deck. But yeah, super fun deck. I like the idea of Chandra and the invasion and sort of this Grixis Mind Splice shell to copy a bunch of spells and give you some more options for the Gathering iteration big score shell with the Mind Splice apparatus. I think it's interesting for sure. Let me know what you guys think about it though, and as always, until next time, wherever you are, whenever you are, have a magical day.